What's up, guys? Brett Okamoto, ESPN MMA, joined by UFC bantamweight champion Kayla Harrison, two-time Olympic champion, UFC champion, PFL champion, most importantly, mother of two, where she gets absolutely no respect. She gets respect for all the other ones, but not the mother of two, right? That's what we were just
Yeah.
talking about, that your kids, you're a
Yeah.
UFC champion. I'm sure they're happy for you, but that did not up your street cred at home, I gotta admit. I gotta believe at all.
No, it's so funny you mention it because like we were having breakfast this morning and I said, "Hey, Emery, did you know that mom had a fight?" And he's, mid bite and he's like, "Oh yeah, I think Kyla told me about that." And I was like, "Do you know if I won or not?" And he was like, "No."
Really?
Like, "All right, good. We're good." Back
So, so have they seen it? Did they watch it?
my daughter watched, but I said, "What did you do?" And he said, "I watched Chicken Little." And I was like, "All right, fair enough."
Well, Chicken Little's someday. Maybe he will show some interest someday, or maybe not. I suppose
Maybe
that's
not.
fine.
It's okay with me either way.
Where's the belt? Where's the belt chilling at the
Right
house
now,
now?
it's on my office desk. I took it to the gym yesterday. No, was it yesterday? Monday? I'm on like very little sleep. So, um, yeah, we got to get a case for it, I guess. I don't know. We got to figure out what I'm going to do with it.
You got an attachment to it? Is it like an important thing to you, or
No, I'm not super, yeah, I'm not super attached to the actual belt or the metal or the thing. It's more just the like the what it symbolizes.
you went pro and transitioned into MMA in 2018? It was almost 7 years exactly from your pro debut to
Yeah.
winning a UFC championship.
Yeah.
Um, would you have thought that it was going to take that long when you first got in? Is that about the time frame that you thought like this is it's going to me to get to the very, very top? It's going to be how long would you have guessed?
I mean, I'm not a very patient person. So in my mind, I was going to get it done in 5 years. I was going to get in, be the best, get out. By now, I was going to be married and have kids and, you know, white picket fence. That was my plan. Um, but God had other plans, and actually, it's better than I ever could have imagined. So I'm not sad that I was wrong.
So what's the plan now? Do you even make your own plans, or you've
No,
learned that? No.
I no, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done trying to be in charge. I'm just it's I mean, the plan now is to fight Amanda, really. That I
Hmm.
think that's it. That's really the only dream I have left in terms of my career. And yeah, yeah.
How does that feel to know that you're so close as a lifelong athlete? I mean, a lot of people who play sports at some point, they're like they do it for the last time, their competitive athletic career is over. You've been lucky and you've, been able to enjoy this for a long time to say that, oh well, I guess the only thing left is this one other woman. How does that feel?
I mean, it's scary on one hand. Like after I retired from the Olympics, I went through a major depression. Um, and even now, after every fight, like because the high is so high, there's ultimately always a low. And that's something that I have to kind of just, I don't want to like just kind of acknowledge and like let it be okay. Like it's okay that I'm having this low. I don't have to fix anything or do anything or go achieve anything. Like it is what it
Yeah.
is. This too will pass. But I'm really happy with my career. I'm really happy with everything I've accomplished, but more importantly, just like who I've become on this journey. Um, it took a really long time and a lot of those ups and downs, but I'm very proud of the woman that I see in the mirror and that I did it my way. And I didn't cave to the pressures of kind of money or fame or whatever. Like I did it my way. I'm proud of that. And I kind of also got out of my own way and just my faith is a big part of who I am. And so I kind of just let God do his thing. And Yeah, it's work. It's been a blessing. I have a lot of peace.
Maybe your answer to this will be along the same lines, but what was the hardest part about the last 7 years? From the time you started pro MMA to pro MMA debut to winning the championship, what do you think was the hardest thing?
Unbecoming, like just sort of shedding who I was to become who I am. I spent so much of my life and especially my career trying to earn love, earn respect, earn like I just always felt like I'll be happy when I'm Olympic champion. I'll be happy when I'm a millionaire. I'll be happy when I'm UFC champion. And realizing that's not true and
Hmm.
kind of just taking off all of those layers and healing and growing was really hard. No one tells you that part about like evolving as a human. Like it's really painful. It's a very painful process, but it's also very rewarding.
Yeah, for sure. And I've loved listening to you speak about that along the way. And you do seem just extremely happy. You just seem like an extremely happy, just when you say peace, that just emanates from you.
Oh,
When I
thank you.
ask what was the hardest part of the last 7 years, I was kind of expecting you to say something like that. Was the second hardest part the weight cut of June 5th or 6th, whatever it was, Thursday in Newark, New Jersey? Was that the second
Yeah,
hardest thing?
probably. I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or pretend. Yeah, I'm not built to weigh 135 pounds. Um, I have seen some criticism about me being a weight bully or this and that. And like, first of all, it's the highest weight class that the UFC has. So if I want to realize my dream of being a UFC champion, I don't have a choice. I would love to fight a higher weight class, but it's not possible. Um, and yeah, some people may think that it's not good to share this piece of the fight, but it's really hard. And I don't recommend it. Like I don't recommend it to young kids. I don't want people to think that this is smart or a good idea. It's not. Yeah. No. Don't do it.
Yeah, whenever you go to 125, then I might consider you a weight bully. But when you're competing in the heaviest weight class that the UFC has got, I don't really know how those two things line up. And I don't know why anybody would.
The DEXA scan. This is also what frustrates me. Everyone's like, well, she should just lose some muscle. And we did a DEXA scan and I have 134 pounds of lean muscle on my body. My bones from 20 something years of doing, whether it's genetically they're just bigger or from 20 years of impact of doing judo, I have like 300 times the average density in my bones of a
Mhm,
typical female. Like my bones are big, literally
mhm,
heavy.
mhm.
So, and in order to move bones that big, you need muscle. Like I'm as lean as I can be when I'm on that scale. I promise you. I have like maybe one more pound, but I'll probably be dead. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's very clear. And I don't know who would tell you not to talk about this because it's kind of an ugly side of the sport, but it's
yeah.
happening right in front of us every single week. It's part of it.
I think that my like people on the team sort of just don't want people to think like, oh, she had a bad cut or like give my opponent an advantage. But it to me, it's not an advantage because I already know what I'm gonna have to go through in order to make the weight. Everyone else is also suffering. Like it doesn't,
Yeah.
it's not an advantage to me that I had a bad weight cut.
And I got to be honest, I think it is kind of one of the more fascinating parts of the fight itself because it is such a struggle and it requires a lot of mental strength. It requires a lot of commitment. It shows how much you want it. This is a private moment for you. It's a difficult moment for you. It's probably not a fun thing to talk about. But what can you tell me about it, Kayla? Because I would like to know on
Yeah.
Thursday what that looks like, and how late at night are you? Where are you? And just the
Yeah.
process. What is that Thursday evening like for you?
Well, I mean, really, before even the Thursday night process, you have to take it back to 15 weeks out.
Hmm.
I'm working with my nutritionist, my weight cut specialist, Dara. from Platinum Plate and Eric from Pena Performance. And I'm on a diet and I only eat what they give me. I don't even ask for, like, I tell them not to put the macro breakdown on the menu or on the,
Hmm.
like, they don't label it because I don't even want to know.
Hmm.
Like, it's not important. They're thinking about that. I'm not thinking about that. So I only eat what's in my fridge. It says Monday to, Monday breakfast, Tuesday, like it's labeled and that's it for 15 weeks. Um, and I mean, a couple times I was hungry and had cravings. And so I would have like a scoop of peanut butter. That was my cheat. I would have a scoop of peanut butter. 14 weeks out, I started walking 6 miles or biking for 2 hours or swimming for an hour and a half every day, 8 miles on Sunday, and also training twice a day, like going live every single day and then drilling every single night. So 3 workouts a day for 14 weeks. Basically, I said this, I was like, I'm training for a marathon, eating like a bodybuilder, and also like preparing for a world title fist fight at the same time. Like I could do all three at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's that, but I didn't skip a single day. Um, and there were days I really wanted to. I think that years of being disciplined have helped me to know that I'm not always going to be motivated, but I can be disciplined. This is what I talk about when I say I've been forged in the fire. Like I know through this process that, like, number one, who I'm becoming, like I'm getting closer to God. Like I spend a lot of time alone. I have a lot of time to reflect and be present and like kind of witness the creator. And then, oh, I forgot too, also 6 weeks out, we have to do sauna heat acclimation. So after I put my kids to bed, I'm sitting in a sauna for an hour by myself with my thoughts and God. But yeah, that all happens. And then we get to fight week and, you do the water load. So I'm drinking 2 gallons of water a day and the food is minimal. Um, and then third, man, they got to change the press conferences. They should not do them on Thursdays. It's like the worst day. I don't know why they do that. They should definitely do them on Wednesday.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I usually wake up Thursday and do a workout. Um, and then sit in like a sauna blanket for 15 minutes. I get like one bottle of water on Thursday. So I usually try and save that for the press conference because my mouth will be really dry if I don't. Um, so I do a workout, come back, and get ready for the press conference, go to the press conference, um, finish the press conference and pretty much go straight to the sauna. My whole team is with me, they're very supportive and they're there the whole time. Eric is like, I joke about it because I'm like, no, so all I have to do is like lose 25 pounds for a guy to rub my feet because he'll be in the sauna, like giving me a foot massage or like rubbing my arms. And
Hmm.
I mean, it's pretty much all night. Like, I think it was a couple hours between the sauna blanket and the sauna. And I got to 137 and he called it and was like, all right, let's stop here. Um, yeah, at that point, I'm pretty much just like, I'm checked out, like I kind of have to just like try and not be there anymore because it's really, you're just so uncomfortable in your skin. I don't really know how to explain it other than that. You don't
Mm.
really sleep. We went back to the hotel. I didn't sleep like at all. Eric stays in my room with me. My teammate and training partner, Michelle, my strength coach, Jeremy, like they all stayed in the room with me. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't get comfortable. My everything's aching. I woke up and I had floated a pound, which again, like that's all God, because I don't even know how I floated a pound in my sleep.
Yeah.
Um, and then we had 1 more pound to lose. And so we got in the bath. Just yeah, just surrendered to the process. I mean, I remember like looking at Eric and he was like, I gave him like my mean face. Like he was like, "Are you okay?" Because he's obviously worried about his number one concern is always health and safety. Like
Mhm.
he's checking my blood sugar, he's checking my heart rate, he's checking my blood pressure, and I'm like, like I'm making this weight. Um, and I looked at him and I was like, "Let's do this." And yeah, so then we got the last pound off. Yeah, but it's not it's not easy by any means. That Thursday night feels like a lifetime.
I bet. Yeah. And the way you describe it, it's like I want to know more of what it feels like because I'm never going to do that. I don't see myself doing that. I don't see a lot of the people watching this doing that. And it's just like I bet we can't even, like you said, I bet we can't even comprehend it. Like you're hot, you're thirst, you're just, are you just like the most thirsty you've ever been in your life? And like the whole
Yeah.
weird thing to me is that like it's just like there's water everywhere. Like you could give up at any time. You could at any time you could give up, and that's just got to be like a constant like should I give up? Should I give up? Should I like what
Mental.
is
It's
like
100% mental, where it's like, and that's why, and my coaches are like being so positive, like they're like, great, even though I'm devastated that I'm still 2 pounds over. Cause in my mind, I'm praying. I'm like, please God, let me be on. Please God, let me be on. Please God, let it be over. Please God, let it be over. And I see that I'm still 2 pounds over. And they're like, great job, excellent push. Let's go. Like, you awesome. Like, because I mean, you want to break. And I knew that if I cried or if I like broke, that I would try and find a way out. I would make an excuse and be like, "Oh, my leg's cramping," or and so I mean, it's a testament to I think your mental toughness and also your discipline and just how bad you want it, kind of.
um before we get to before we wrap this up, of course I wanted to talk to you a lot about the weight cut, but I definitely want to get to the Amanda part of it.
Yeah.
And the big thing I wanted to ask you about is Ali did an interview with Submission Radio, and he said that as he was sitting there, he got the really strong feeling that he did not think. Have you seen this, by the way?
Mhm.
He got a very strong feeling that Amanda did not want you to win because she deep down does not want to fight you. Is you think you could take anything from that, or is that kind of Ali talking on camera a little bit?
I mean, we know Ali. We both
We
know
do.
Ali
We
pretty
do
well.
know. Yeah.
Um, Amanda is the greatest of all time for a reason. So I'm not gonna for 1 second assume that she has any trepidation to step inside of the octagon. Like, no. On the other hand, I also don't have any fear going in there and fighting her. Like, that's what's going to make this a great fight.
hmm Do you see any world at all in which I wouldn't even say that the pre-fight buildup gets ugly, but it gets like to an intense level of like I'm really getting the sense that like these two they are not friendly and of course it's a competition and I know that you will both be going for it, but like do you think we as fans will be how do you think like the energy will be between you guys the week of the fight?
Um, I mean, I think it's going to be intense. I think that we're two women who believe that we're the best in the world. She calls herself the lioness. I believe that this is my time. I believe that I'm the best fighter in the world. I think it's going to be really intense. And um, I don't plan on being disrespectful or having any like cattiness, but I won't hesitate to defend myself. So
Yeah.
we know that.
And I know it's kind of like it's kind of you guys have both sort of mentioned it that you've had conversations that like this could happen. Like how in depth like you guys did you literally sit there one day and was there a day years ago back in the gym where like
I
this
mean, I
is
think Nina and I did. You have to remember for the entire time that Amanda was at American Top Team, I was in a different promotion.
Mhm,
So, of course, I always openly spoke about it.
mhm.
And I don't know how she interpreted that. I'm not Amanda, but for me, what I meant by it was like, I meant it as a compliment. Like, she's one of the reasons I moved to American Top Team. She I aspire to be what she is. So, um, and I think Nina and I spoke about it at one point, and we were both kind of like, Nina, what did she say? She was like, it's going to be a lot of money or something. And then, like, we both kind of like agreed on a number. And I was
Hmm.
like, yeah, that sounds good to me.
Hmm. How close are you? Do you think you're going to be right on?
To the number?
Yeah.
I mean, Ali, that's why I pay Ali the big bucks. You know what I mean? He's got to go in there and do his job.
Last thing for you, and you know that media is like this. We can't even talk about what's next without talking about what's next after that. That's just the nature of the business. In your gut, is this a one-time thing, one-time chance? You and Amanda are going to fight one time and it's winner take all, or do you think that, I see it as in the sport, you guys could fight probably three times and talk about all that money, you know? So in your gut, is this a one night, one time thing, or do you think that like this is my rival, I'm coming into this with like a potential of like we could do this multiple times?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not, it's hard because I'm still in the post fight feels
Hmm.
about making the weight and like, so I don't want to answer that and like with those emotions running high, but of course I could see this as going down as one of the greatest rivalries ever in the history of the sport.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I I love it. I appreciate the time. Always good talking to you. My first conversation with you as UFC champion. So, congratulations.
On the road, my friend. Thank you for always making time for me. I appreciate it.
Yep, we'll let you get back to your kids and your laundry and hopefully eating some food. And
Yes. Yes. I've been eating too much food. It's good that I have interviews because that means I can't eat food right now. That's good.
well, congratulations. Enjoy it. You deserve it.
Thank you. Thanks.
See you, Kayla.
Brett.